as you are on any journey of something you desire, some goal, obviously here in my work, we tend to be focused on your body, your relationship with your body, but really your life as a whole and the way you want to feel within your life, feeling more connected to being your true self, living a life that just feels actually alive versus, kind of the status quo, going through the motions. So, whatever it is, some goal that you've had, some desire, and that feeling that you might have encountered, that I've encountered many times before too, which is feeling like you're never going to get there, specifically because you feel like you've tried everything already and nothing's working. Feeling like you've tried everything already. And the thing about this is, I've felt this many times, and it's a feeling. It's a feeling, right? It's a feeling of like, I've been trying this forever. I've tried everything already. Maybe this just isn't meant for me, or like the feeling that maybe I just don't have what it takes, right? Something's wrong with me. And all of these are a feeling. And it makes so much sense, right? Because it's challenging when you're working towards something you desire and it just doesn't feel like you have it yet, right? And really, the medicine here is that this exact feeling / belief, which we can get into, is the exact thing holding you back. Because this starts to impact your actions. It can show up as taking actions, but they're kind of in a 1 step forward, 2 steps back way. Or not taking actions because it's sort of like, well, what's the point? It probably won't work anyway, right? But the reality is, like, if we want something that we don't yet have, the harsh reality is that, right, like, we have to do things we haven't yet done. If we want to have something that we don't have yet, we have to do something that we haven't yet done. And I know it feels like you've tried everything. That's how I have felt so much towards working things I have wanted for myself. And then I started to look into this and work with coaches and mentors. And when it hit of like, oh, this is just a feeling. It feels like I've tried everything, but the objective, accurate truth is that I have not tried everything, right? Like, there's always more to explore. It's almost like we start to feel hopeless and, like, oh, I'm such a loser, I'm such a failure, something's wrong with me. But it's like, you just haven't gotten that information yet on that topic that you're learning about, right? It's like someone who hasn't taken algebra class yet. They're not like, oh my God, I'm just so, I'm such a loser, I'm such a failure. They're just like, oh, okay, I just haven't taken algebra class yet. So of course I don't have algebra information yet. I haven't mastered that information yet. So no, I wouldn't be able to successfully accomplish a goal related to algebra. Just haven't gotten that information yet. Just haven't taken that class yet. So same here. There's just a gap in information. And we're giving you that gap, right? So that is what I do. That's what we're doing in this upcoming beta launch of Love Your Body for Good. There are things, I know it feels like you've tried everything, but there are specific things that you haven't tried yet that will work, right? So there are specific things you haven't done yet, and these specific things there's 7 of them. They're the 7 connections to your body that we work through and heal in Love Your Body for Good. So those are the 7 specific things. And specifically the way in which we approach those things through the combination of mindfulness, that deeper work, and really getting into your body, amplifying that physical connection to your body, getting out of the head, right? Out of the head into the body, and combining that with fitness and the actual physicality of the body, right? So this is how you can genuinely see physical changes in the body and also feel different within your body. So that's the mindfulness piece and the fitness piece together. That's how this can really be a relationship with your body that feels genuine, that feels good, that feels intuitive, that feels natural, that feels simple, that doesn't feel so heavy and pressurizing. And you're not just disregarding it in a body positivity way, right? It's like, oh, okay, well, I do have a physical body that does desire physical inputs, such as nourishing food, such as movement, and we're not disregarding that. We're doing both, and specifically these 7 connections to your body that we go through, and really plugging you back into your body. That's the difference. So all of this, again, I know it can feel like I've tried everything, but there are things you haven't tried. I have faced this reality for myself as well too. And when we realize this, it's like, oh, that's exciting. Oh, okay, great. Like, if there are things that I haven't tried yet, perfect. Like, let's do it. That means that there's room for possibility here. This isn't like, you haven't tried that yet. It's like, no, this is an exciting revelation that there is something that you haven't tried yet that will work. And we're really recalibrating you to this, knowingness and this belief that this will happen for you, and reconnecting you to the, innate intelligence of the body and its ability to transform. We're recalibrating you to the, accuracy and objectivity of just seeing that, oh, okay, yeah, great. There are things that I haven't tried yet. And just really plugging you back into this, like, yes, the body is innately intelligent, and we all have the ability to create the reality that we desire for ourselves. When we realize that this feeling that we've had is just a feeling, it totally makes sense, and it's hard, and oh, cool, there's just information that I've had a gap on, and great, now I can fill that gap and take that algebra class, if you will, right? So and especially when it comes to the body and our strange, distorted body food culture, there's so much misinformation that we can receive, and specifically when we're so young, from our caregivers, from social media, things that really can impact us before our logical brain has even developed and has the ability to question the reality of these things and the factual nature of this. So we're giving you new information that is way more factual about the body and the body's ability to always transform, and the fact that you have 7 very specific areas of the body and 7 specific connections to your body that you haven't dove into yet. So I'm so excited. I just wanted to mention this. There's such incredible women joining Love Your Body for Good already, and doors close tomorrow night to join, so there's a few spots left. Join us, because there are things you haven't tried yet that will be the missing information, right? Just like you may have grown up in a culture where someone told you the sky was pink and that's what you grew up thinking, and so you found yourself up against obstacles, right, with this misinformation. And so you may have grown up, most of us have grown up in a culture with misinformation about the body, and our relationship with our body and food. And specifically, most of the women I work with have really dealt with more overt misinformation via, being forced to be put on diets, being told they're fat, or you're going to get fat if you eat this, you're going to get fat if you eat in general. Food, right? A scary thing. I don't know. It seems like there's a lot of negative stakes, high stakes consequences tied to food, and that being really important to not, potentially eat that, because apparently this is so tied to something that apparently is so important in order to be able to feel good about myself and have connections with others, right? The stuff goes deep with the messaging we receive, and especially if it did come from caregivers. So we're giving you new information that is factual information and specific things that you haven't tried yet. And yeah, so excited. Check the full details. I'll link them below. They're in the first bio link, of course. And DM me if you have any questions last minute, and we will see you inside.